No matter where you are, we're glad you're here. You're along for the ride. It's RiverTalk 2.0. I'm not the deacon. He is, but I am the Jack.
Yeah.
How you been, buddy?
Doing fine, buddy. Another big day.
You got your
In
Marshall
Sun Fun
Thundering
City.
Herd
Yes,
coffee
sir.
mug.
Daggone right, man. True blue. Daddy loves it.
We'll get you some more coffee.
I'm a herd
Got
man.
another
Give me some
pot
more,
brewing back there.
You got another pot brewing?
Yeah. Yeah, I got another
I
pot
definitely
brewing
could use
back
some
there.
Coffee, man. It's too early for me. Know what
Well,
I'm
we're
saying?
seen on the CW and obviously HTC, and I do want to highlight HTC because they're responsible for the show.
Got to give blame to
I
somebody.
mean,
That's right. So
all these years, the 25th season, I guess we're rolling into now.
Well, you.
I haven't been here the whole time. I wasn't the original host.
Who is the original host? Who was the original host?
You don't pay attention?
No.
We
Oh,
told
wait,
you the first part of the week.
Right,
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Raver.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
You were here,
Excuse
right?
me. Excuse
You
me
were here,
that
right?
I don't know everything in the whole world, Jack.
All right, just a note.
Um,
Make sure we get a hearing aid sponsor for week 2.
that's right.
Get Jim over here, ears to hear. Did you
There
say
you go.
pajamas? No, I said Bahamas.
Now, you took over, what, 20 years ago, you told me?
No, 23, something like that.
No kidding. That long?
1997.
Wow.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Before I was even married. I was single when I started this show.
Do you think this is the reason you got married?
No.
Your wife saw you on
Yeah,
TV?
there he
or
is. Oh, I
something?
got to have some of
it?
that. That's the River Talk man.
I like him.
Please
He's
say I
good.
do.
He's cute. Got that spiked hair and everything. I like me in the spiked hair. Ooh, look at him. He knows
If
about
you're
everything.
just joining us, he's into character there.
Yeah.
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 Anderson Brothers Bank is one of our sponsors.
Okay.
They've been around a long time. A great story as they got their roots over in Marion County and kind of made a pilgrimage over here to Horry County. Expanded. Boy, I love the architecture on their new banks. Then Conway Medical Center. They have grown by leaps and bounds. They're just down the road from us.
Exactly.
Great health care. And Beverly Homes. As more and more people call Horry County home, Beverly Homes. A name you can trust. So we'll talk more about all of them in a bit. Right now, we got to find out what's coming up on the show. Bradham Insurance makes it possible for Andrew to interact with us. Hey, Andrew, good to have you with us.
Andrew.
I'm surprised he came back
And Deacon.
Andrew.
after the show yesterday.
That's right. Poor Andrew.
Well,
Now,
not
careful. There's a word that got you in trouble that started all this, so be careful today.
What word was that, Andrew?
You know, that's what I wanted to come on and say. I wanted to apologize. A few shows ago, I took on a little more than I could chew that morning. But I think I'm prepared. I've got a couple more under my belt,
Okay.
and I'm going to take it on. And
All right.
we'll see how it happens.
Okay. So you're going to say the word.
I am going to say the word.
All right. Let's do it. You can do it, Andrew.
He set himself up
I know he
so
did.
badly now.
Well, Jack, today on the show, we have a wonderful feature from philanthropist.com.
Oh, he's hooked on phonics. He is.
That's right what he said. He did it. A
After that,
philanthropist.
we
He
have
said
a
it.
great guest. You know, I am not the only one who is privileged to be in the room with a couple of radio legends every day, but we have a more new age radio legend in the press box's own bad boy of sports radio, Alan Smothers.
New Age and Smothers in the same sentence. That's the first. New Age.
Then later on in the show, we have a great phone call with Ken Richardson, the new chairman of Horry County Schools, and he's got a lot of good things going on out there. So
Okay.
we're happy to hear what's going.
All right.
Good job.
He did a much better job with philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
But man, I tell you what, I'd hate to be pulled off by the side of the road. Asked to repeat that one a couple of times.
Good job.
Philanthropist.
I'm excited for you, Andrew.
You know, the funny part
You're
is
a good boy.
we were teasing, and the other day when Andrew it's a word that can stick to your tongue, no doubt. You were trying to spell it. We were doing a little spelling bee amongst
I
ourselves.
wasn't trying. I did spell it.
And I was.
You know how smart I am.
Well, I would. No, you're not very smart at all, and I'll tell you why. You're having such a tough time spelling, and it's right there. Look,
I know.
it's been staring you in the face for a full week.
I didn't notice. I didn't.
PH.
I think we discussed this before. I told you in school I was restless and inattentive. So I would have not have noticed philanthropist.com. Oh. Oh, boy.
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, Coastal Carolina Remediation presents our events of the week. What's happening today?
Oh, you're going to like this. You're going to be thrilled about this. Oh, wait a minute. Now, you've already done this,
Oh,
right?
I know what you're going to. I know what you're going to share with everybody.
It's called Can't You See? SEA.
Yeah, not anything to do with Marshall Tucker.
No, that's right. It's an art exhibit at the Franklin G. Burroughs Simeon Chapin Art Museum. Now, that's at 3100 South Ocean Boulevard in Myrtle Beach, the very tip of the south end of Myrtle Beach, right there on Ocean Boulevard. You can't miss it. It's going to be Saturday through Sunday, the 10th through the 11th, 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. Now, Can't You See is an exhibition of art that brings awareness to one of our world's most immediate and biggest environmental problems, plastic ocean pollution. Now, you took your son to at one of these?
Well, my wife actually spoke at the museum.
Well, there you go.
Weeks ago, and so we tagged along, and then we get out there, and they have. If you've been to the museum, when I got there for that particular day, they were just beginning to feel this giant octopus structure that's out behind the museum. There, like you're going to Spring May Beach,
Right.
And so they've got this giant octopus, and so it's full of plastics, different kinds of plastic. And so people were out there. Bill Pritchard came out there.
But supposedly, we're not supposed to put our sea life and fill them with plastics, are we?
No. The whole exhibit is inside, and some people actually use things that were found on the beach. There's artwork and little
So it's
historical aspect. And,
right.
Yeah.
Well, it goes on to say here, I mean, if you just tuned in, Can't You See? SEA. It's an exhibition of artifacts created by 6 artist activists who employed discarded plastic as both an artistic medium and as subject matter, and while helping make the world a better place by keeping plastic out of our oceans, beaches, and waterways. Now, these artists are bringing awareness to this increasing environmental threat by using that plastic to make beautiful art objects that speak to the dangers of ocean plastic pollution. So,
They do some cool things
that is
in
neat.
there.
Pretty cool.
I mean, I went in there, and I was a little apprehensive about going. But it was beautiful what they did. So it's a good exhibit.
Good.
It's a really, really good exhibit. We've had this discussion before. This always happens. Recycling, you know, I had to be trained to do it. Kids today, they learn about it in school, and you know, the Solid Waste Authority, they're regular guest here on River Talk. And I've always had this issue because my wife's really into it, and my son too. You know, like the 6-packs of any beverage you get,
Right.
it's got little
it's
plastic
got the
rings.
Little 6 little holes where the cans of the bottles
so
go.
we either
right.
get like the V8 energy drinks that have those, or like maybe some ginger ale. I don't drink a lot of soft drinks. So there's that ring there. So I just get it and toss it. I tossed it in the recycling.
I thought
my
you were
wife-
tell me you tossed it in the ocean.
No, I didn't.
So,
I threw it in the recycling
Yeah.
container. And I have multiple garbage trucks that come to my neighborhood. I don't know how many, but I know we have a lot of garbage trucks that come to my neighborhood. So I didn't cut it up. And my wife says, Jack, you need to cut that up. And I was like, going, why? It's going straight in the garbage can. She goes, no. It could get caught on a turtle.
in your yard.
And Tristan, I guess he decides which side of the fence he's going to argue on. He goes, yeah, Dad, it could get caught on a turtle.
or my dog.
I'm like, how's it going to get caught on a turtle? I said, if I was out at the beach having a picnic on the beach, I could understand. But there's no turtles out there. There's no turtle in the closet. There's no turtle in the garbage can. There's no turtle outside. The garbage guy's going to put it in the truck. No turtle in there, and it's going to the landfill. No turtle there. Why do I have to cut it?
And I don't know any turtle that's ever had a 6-pack.
So anyway, I ended up cutting it up.
So you did the right thing.
I did the right thing,
Yeah.
but
I mean, anything could have got a hold of it. And we're talking about sea life, but it could be dangerous to
so there you go. But it is a great
whatever.
exhibit, so
That is.
definitely.
Okay, once again, Franklin Burroughs Simeon Chapin Art Museum. That's on South Ocean Boulevard. That'll be Saturday through Sunday, August 10th and the 11th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check it out, really.
All
It's
right.
a good thing.
Yeah.
All right.
You have a lot of fun. Well, let's head down to Palmetto Chevrolet. Hal's got a great video for us right now.
Let's take the truck.
And check it out here on RiverTalk 2.0.
What's going on, everybody? My name's Hal Stonecker. I'm a sales consultant at Palmetto Chevrolet in downtown Conway. Going to talk to you a little bit today about how to remote start the new 2019 Traverse. This one is silver ice in color. Interior is black cloth. Starts at about $38,000. With the key fob, always hit lock first. Drop down to the button that looks like a circle below. Hold it for 3 seconds. The engine will then start. The doors stay locked. The passive entry system will allow you to come up to the vehicle with the fob in your possession, push the silver button, and it will only unlock that door. Get in, apply the brake, push the ignition button, hold it down. When the lights on the dash come on, you could then put it in gear and go. Come find myself or any of our other sales consultants at Palmetto Chevrolet and we'll take care of you. Thank you.
Good stuff, Hal. Thank you so much. Remember, if you're looking for a new vehicle, car or truck, Palmetto Chevrolet in downtown Conway. Find new roads, Palmetto Chevrolet. We've got more coming up, just like Andrew said, straight ahead on RiverTalk 2.0.
Hi, it's Delaney from Moonshadow Studios, and when I don't have my coffee in the morning, I get real depresso. We'll be right back with more RiverTalk 2.0 after this.
My family keeps me on the go. And as fellow community members, HTC believes friends and neighbors deserve services that keep the day running smoothly. No matter where life takes me, HTC keeps me connected by providing world-class technology to Horry and Georgetown counties. Because you are here, and so are we. HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Hey guys, I'm John Cassidy with Duplicates Inc. and Market Smart, the best printing company in the area, and we're right back to RiverTalk 2.0.
Welcome back. You're going to love this next segment. It's our Crack a Smile segment. This one's especially good. The Carolina Center of Advanced Dentistry presents this segment. You got anything to say? Because you got a sneak peek of this a while ago.
No, it's just funny. It's just funny. It's I like it.
Well, I'm a Southern boy. Is West Virginia a Southern state?
Yeah, it's below the Mason-Dixon line.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got out of the war. You know, we broke away from Virginia right on time. We didn't want to die. But we're Southern.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just coward Southern.
Anyway, let's check out this video.
Thanks to the Amazon Echo, you can do everything from ordering pizza to streaming music with a simple voice command.
Alexa, play something slow on the country music station.
Okay, here's what I have for extreme constipation. To help relieve constipation,
Unless you have a Southern accent.
Small step stool while you are sitting on the toilet.
That's why we're introducing Amazon Echo for Southerners. It's packed with the same power and performance as our regular Echo, but built exclusively for Southerners.
Alexa, add biscuits to my grocery list.
Okay, adding flour, baking powder,
No,
sugar.
canned biscuits.
Why on earth would you do that? Did somebody steal all your mixing bowls?
Our new Southern Alexa is perfect for every member of the family, especially the little ones.
A cheetah is. Tiger is. A cheetah is. Tiger is. Alexa, which one is faster, a cheetah or a tiger?
That's not how you ask a question.
Please tell me which one is faster.
That's more like it. A cheetah can run up to 80 miles per hour, nearly twice as fast as a tiger.
Ha! Told you so.
Excuse me, young lady. Aren't you forgetting something?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Southern Alexa also provides accurate weather updates.
Alexa, what's the weather going to be like today?
Well, my left knee is acting up something awful, so we're probably due for a gully washer.
All right.
Southern Alexa, available in burlap and reclaimed barnwood. Monogramming sold separately.
I love the smell of burlap in the morning, don't you? That's good.
That was good right there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
I like how they did the whole manners thing.
Well, yeah, you know, but there's different kinds of Southern talk. You know, there's the,
oh, sure there is.
You know, there's a type where you're sitting on a porch and you have a sweet tea. That's Southern, like around here.
Uh-huh.
But now where I'm from, it's like, well, you know, and everything like that and all that stuff. And
it's like you don't open your mouth.
Yeah, it's just different. It's
Yeah.
a different Southern dialect. You know, it's really weird. You can go to Tennessee, same type thing. We all sound different. As a matter of fact, when I first came to Myrtle Beach, the people just within 15 miles of Conway sounded different than the people in Conway in Myrtle Beach. And it wasn't back then in the late 60s. It wasn't the fact that they came from the north and moved like they are now, you know, by the hordes. It was, they just talked different. They had a Southern accent, but the one people in Conway I noticed also had a Southern accent, but it was kind of a little bit different. And I thought, wow, man, it's like 15 miles, and they all talk different. Really weird. So yeah, everybody got these dialects, these Southern dialects. I guess it'd be different maybe in places like Alabama.
Did you ever run into Cousin Arthur Ravenel from Charleston?
Oh, yeah,
man. Politician?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He had an interesting little twist on
He did.
on
And
the
that
language.
Thomas's daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He had his own little. Well, now you do it. You do him, don't you? Don't you do?
Not really.
Arthur?
Not very well.
Yeah, he had a different kind of sound to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I can't quite get that one down. I don't know exactly how he sounded.
Some like Gucci or Gullah influences with a little twist on the language a
there you
little
go.
bit.
Yeah, had the gullah in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, man, what a.
But you're right. I grew up in North Carolina, and the little area that I grew up in, real twangy. It's like, it's just especially that last vowel. It just kind of hangs.
I'll go down to Louisiana sometime.
Oh,
man,
good
they've got
Lord.
that Cajun. That's French Southern. I'm telling you, that is real weird. You can't understand anything they're saying.
Oh.
They look good. They good. You know, I mean, I couldn't understand a thing.
That's crazy. You know what Baton Rouge means, right? Red stick.
Really?
Yeah.
Baton Rouge.
Yeah. Well, think about
I didn't
it.
know that.
Baton.
Baton.
Baton. Yeah.
Well, I learn something new every
Man
day.
from the Citadel told me that. I don't know if it's true or not.
Was it Andrew?
Yeah, the man with the pretty hair.
The pretty boy over here running the show?
You know, the cool thing about Andrew's haircut is that when he goes out to Myrtle Beach Speedway and he puts on a helmet, he can take it off and it doesn't impact his hair. That's a plus.
He doesn't need a helmet. Look at that stuff. Look at it. It stays the way. Look, he's got headphones on, and he hasn't.
And it doesn't get the crease. Yeah.
It's not a crease
He'll never have headphone head.
No.
Never going to happen.
No, never.
But there's so much to do out at Myrtle Beach Speedway, friends. There really is. And I love the fact that they have the county fair out there in the spring, kind of like a big welcome to what's happening here in our area for warm weather. But they have a lot going on. Let's check it out right now on RiverTalk 2.0. This Saturday night is going to be the Racing Brotherhood Foundation presented by Bell & Bell Night. So come on out this Saturday night. The gates are going to open at 6 p.m. We've got free pace car rides beginning at 6:30. 7 o'clock, we're going to have the meet and greet. You're going to have your chance to come out on the front stretch, be side by side with these drivers, get autographs, let the kids get pictures. It's just a lot of fun here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. We've done a lot to try to improve. We've got the cars, so now we want you to come back as a fan, sit in these grandstands, and remember what it was like to be a kid and bring your kids. So when they're out here, they're having the time of their life, and we want to be a part of that here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here on RiverTalk, you're going to have the opportunity to meet one of our drivers who's going to be racing this Saturday night at Myrtle Beach Speedway, the Racing Brotherhood Night presented by Bell & Bell. This is driver Brian Voss, driver of this number 26 right here. Brian, if you could kind of enlighten the RiverTalk fans on what it's like to be inside this race car and have 20-plus late models side by side, fighting for everything, and what the laps bring. I believe we're going to be doing twin 40s tonight. So tonight's race, what does that mean, those first 40 laps going into that second half?
Well, twin 40s are a different animal in their own element. You've got so many guys that want to try to win the first one, and so many guys that try to play strategy and try to win the second one. It's going to be hot for sure. I mean, inside the cars, it can get 30 to 40 degrees hotter than ambient temperature outside. But it's going to be the best of the best down here at Myrtle Beach. I mean, we average in the highest car counts weekly of any short track or any tour division. And cars, late models racing each and every lap hard as they can. So it should be a good one for sure.
And tonight you're going to be doing double duty, right? You're going to have the 26 as well as the 38 Super Truck. What is it like to have to work on a late model and then jump right out of that and change your mindset and get into a truck and then get back out of it and do it again?
Oh, it's tough, no doubt about it. I mean, each vehicle that I drive, a late model or a Charger or sometimes practicing or the truck, they're a different animal. I mean, the trucks you can charge the corners a lot harder and just really will it, where the late models depend more on the setup of the car. So it's definitely a lot to get used to, but we make it happen somehow.
This Saturday night, August 10th, Racing Brotherhood Night presented by Bell & Bell. Come on out here again. Gates at 6 p.m. Pace car rides at 6:30. Meet and greet starts at 7. We look forward to seeing you this Saturday night.
I'm Johnny Gardner. I was born and raised here in Horry County. I went to Coastal Carolina, and I've been practicing law here for 25 years. I've seen this county grow, new roads, more cars, and unfortunately more car wrecks. If you or a loved one have been injured in a car wreck, give me a call. It won't cost you anything to see if I can help. You take care of getting better, we'll take care of the rest.
Try one of our 20 cold brews, and now we're back to RiverTalk 2.0.
You know, for years we've made it up as we go along. Now we're starting something new after all these years. RiverTalk 2.0 continues. No stranger to the show. In fact, he might just be the biggest fan of this show. He watches it every day. I don't. Neither does my family. He records it every day. No one at my house does. They just want to make sure that the mortgage is paid. Hello, bad boy Alan Smothers.
Jackson, my second favorite person on the planet.
Really?
Well, my wife, I'm third. You're third.
I'm number 3 on the list?
My wife has got to be number 1. Then my mom, maybe you're fourth. My mom has got a fifth because my son, too.
I'm moving down the list quickly.
Well, but number 2 or 3 at least is the guy to my left.
Oh, you recognize him even with the shades on?
Even with the Ray-Bans.
The ace of the airwaves, America's ace, baby. Your sweet daddy. You the man.
Deacon.
Hey, how you doing?
I love this guy. I actually worked with him.
Really?
We did. Work together.
And
it's a putt-putt course down here in Ocean Boulevard. Yeah, great times, man.
He was my boss.
Oh, I wasn't a boss.
You're the boss.
I've never been a boss.
When you're the number 1 morning man on the Grand Strand, maybe
here,
in America.
Here we go with the ratings thing
He
again.
was the National Disc Jockey of the Year.
1984?
Billboard Magazine.
Billboard Magazine National Disc Jockey of the Year.
1984.
83.
Okay,
83.
I'm a little older.
Yeah. So, and I knew about this guy when I was in high school, which was 1983. I graduated. Yeah. Well, I should have graduated in 1983.
Wow.
Yeah.
And everybody in Greensboro, North Carolina, knew who the freaking Deacon was.
My name was on every stall up there at a gas station.
And everybody said,
for a good time call?
That's right.
And phone number.
For a good time call.
Yeah, right.
But no, when you came to Myrtle Beach from Greensboro, North Carolina, you had to go down the boulevard in the glass studio.
Oh, okay.
Right there at the cage, right? They kept him in, enclosed
at the pavilion.
I was encased.
Pavilion,
right?
And the freaking Deacon. There was 2 things. You had to listen to the freaking Deacon on WKZQ,
right?
And you had to have the yellow Mother Fletcher's T-shirt. If you had the yellow Mother Fletcher's T-shirt,
wow,
you were the coolest dude in Greensboro, North Carolina.
That's all it took up there, huh?
That's all it took. That's it. That's
well, you left out the pronto pup. You had to have a pronto pup if you went through the pavilion, so you could leave the stain on my glass. I was so popular back then. They'd be cruising the boulevard. People would come in and say, "Man, freaking Deacon, where's freaking Deacon?" They'd come out. People who didn't know who I was, they'd come up and say, "I need change for the arcade over here." And
he was
I'm
the
on the air.
attendant.
I'm on the air here. Just
He was
I
the
need
attendant.
change.
Yeah. Hey, Ace, I need change for $1.
Yeah. I'd like to get me an ice cream cone. Can I have some change? I'm going, man, I'm on the air. Can't you see there's lights in? I got a microphone.
That's
as
great.
Soon as I walked in and I see you guys doing this show, and Donald Smith, who's our leader extraordinaire,
the leader,
unbelievable. I said, I wish you'd have called me. I'd have been here earlier because you guys, I mean, you guys are two of my heroes.
Wow. That's
in
nice.
the business.
That is nice.
You got to get out more.
And I'm not saying, and I'm not just saying that because I remember you walking down Highway 17 with the bananas on your back.
Sure.
When you arrived.
Right.
Bill Hennessy, God bless him.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Brought the Banana Jack Murphy to the beach.
Sure, yeah.
And I got to work with the freaking Deacon.
That's very cool.
That in my career, I mean, y'all talked about Howard Stern earlier.
Yeah, sure.
You know, Don Imus and, you know, some of the biggest names. There's no bigger names in the radio business than the freaking Deacon and Banana Jack.
Can we bring him on this show every morning?
In the business.
Okay,
Hey, we need to bring him on this show every day.
Every week.
Don't fall for this, man.
Oh, okay.
Don't fall.
Well, I mean,
there are
He's
no
buttering you up.
bigger names in the radio, but I'm just honored to be sitting at the same table.
but we're with the bad boy now, so we're pretty honored ourselves.
Oh, yeah,
the bad
sure,
boy of
sure.
sports. I mean, come on. You know,
Well, you were talking about in an earlier show this week about having a 50 share.
It was
in the ratings?
50-some share, I
That's
believe it was.
crazy.
That was
But
crazy.
there were only 4 or 5 stations, though.
That's right.
I mean, I don't care if there's
I had a 20 with 15
If
stations.
there's 2 stations and you've got 50 share, you're pretty good.
It was incredible what they did at KZQ. It was
It really
mind-blowing.
was.
It was over the top.
I mean, listen, when I came to the beach, there were iconic people. I don't care who you are. The freaking Deacon, Mixon Dixon, Greg Fowler. I mean, I could go on and on.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
Billy Smith, Dick Biondi,
oh,
all
my
these
God,
guys.
Dick Biondi,
Yeah.
Billy Smith.
Oh, yeah.
See,
I mean-
Billy Smith I remember from WNMB.
Right,
Not at KZQ.
Well, see,
but-
when
but-
I came here in '68, I've been here 51 years now. When I got here in '68, Billy Smith was on Tiger Radio, which was the AM of WKZQ.
The original Tiger.
The original
1520.
Tiger, right.
No.
And the one that he now owns.
Now owns at 14.
But Billy Smith.
1240, I'm sorry. 1240 AM.
Was the man back then when I first
my
got
God.
here.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, Dick Biondi
And Dick
is like a
Biondi.
legend from WLS in Chicago. He was on the air here in Myrtle Beach.
Right.
Some of the biggest, like you said, Billy Smith. I mean, I could go.
The list goes on.
I mean,
and on.
literally,
We've
the
had
people
some-
that have been in this
Yeah.
market, and I just can't believe that I've been a part of it because that's all I ever wanted to do. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, sure, yeah.
All
When I was
ever
7, I knew
wanted-
what I was going to do.
Exactly.
7 years old.
I wanted to call bingo.
Free space, B2.
All I ever wanted to do from the time I can remember what I wanted to do was be on the radio.
Yeah.
Because I would drive by the radio station in Greensboro that I listened to, WRQK, and they had this gigantic glass window on the second floor, and that's where the studio was, and you could drive by and wave to the disc jockey, and he would wave back, and I'm going, that guy is coming through my radio in my car. And I thought it was the craziest thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
And I there was nothing else I wanted to do but be on the radio.
My dad owned a grocery store, and we had the radio station in a neighboring town because the town we were in didn't. It was so small, we had to share the newspaper with the other town. And the radio guy came out and did a remote. And so I'm hearing him. He's got the PA outside, and then I'm running in the store, and I'm hearing his voice on the little AM radio by the cash register. And I thought that was the coolest thing.
Me
It sure
too.
beats stocking groceries.
Yeah.
And,
Hey, well, believe me, I've just finished a total home renovation. Manual labor ain't what it's cracked up to be.
Oh, no. You got reeled into that, too? Oh, yeah. We did some of that, too.
Oh, my God.
Your
I
kitchen
know
looks nice.
It's beautiful.
Why do you post stuff like that on Facebook?
Because
He's showing off, man.
Yeah.
You went all stainless
who I am.
steel.
I did.
Yeah.
Stainless steel appliances, granite countertops.
I did the granite countertops.
New cabinets, new flooring, new upholstery, lighting,
What's
everything.
up? What's up with the couch out on the porch?
The couch on the porch is a story.
That's a West Virginia thing.
Exactly. That's a West Virginia thing. I moved to West Virginia for 2 years. I got into the West Virginia thing.
There's a couch on his porch.
There's a
couch. I mean, it looked immaculate. It looked like showroom.
I promise.
They're comfortable up there. They like to sit and wave at traffic, but they want to be comfortable while they do it.
And it matches the porch decor. It matches exactly the
porch
shutters
decor.
The porch decor. The shutters are the same color as the couch. What do you want?
I'm moving in with him. This brings back great memories of my past. Yeah, I'm moving in with
and
you.
I am a West Virginian at heart. I may not have grew up in West Virginia, but Huntington, West Virginia,
great place.
Your hometown, is one of my favorite places on the planet. And I wear a championship ring from Marshall University.
Hey.
There you go. I love it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Marshall University.
Marshall, baby.
I didn't graduate from there, but I sure wish I had.
You didn't graduate from anywhere.
Hey, I did. I went to cool school. And they gave me a free mug.
Jack, we got issues. Me and you could have talked during the timeout.
You sit down and I appreciate the butter up, but I went down the list pretty quickly. I'm probably not even going to be in the top 10.
You're at least top 15.
Okay,
easy.
all right.
Top 15.
Well, you're doing pretty well with your radio career.
It's doing all right. We just celebrated 15 years on the air.
Man.
And, I learned from another thing I learned from you guys is to keep track of how many shows you've done. I
tally mine up at the end of the year. I used to do it. I used to open the show with. You still do that?
Yes.
I've got the number, but I tallied up at the. Sorry, I tallied up at the end of the year.
See, I have a rundown sheet which I keep with me every day, and I put every day at the top of the sheet. Mention your website, mention Facebook. And then I write the number of shows. Number of shows I've been on in Myrtle Beach, number of shows I've been on in Florence, and the number of shows are at the current station in Florence, and then the current number total.
You're talking about the ones you haven't been fired from.
Yeah, the places I haven't been fired from, exactly.
Is there any? Have you ever worked anywhere where you haven't been fired?
No. I've often said there are two types of people in radio: those who have been fired and those who will be.
That's a compliment.
Have we not all been fired from a radio station?
Yeah,
somewhere.
If you haven't been fired, you're nothing.
I think I've been fired twice.
No,
I think
just twice.
I left on my own. No,
well that's true.
Yeah,
okay.
twice.
I've been fired.
Twice.
I bet you I've been fired 15 times.
Twice.
Oh my gosh, man!
15.
Wow.
The people used to
and
ask
he's
me,
worked at 5 stations.
Yes, 5 stations and gone 15 times.
He has. You're back on the air stations.
I'm back on. Listen, the station I'm on in Myrtle Beach, this is the 3rd time I've been on there. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
That's the truth.
Oh,
man.
yeah. That's the beautiful thing of living near a resort town. New people come in. I think you called them Yankees on a previous broadcast.
Yankees.
Northern aggressors.
Yeah.
Northern aggressors. I like that. That's good.
Well, where are you on the air this week, and hopefully you'll be on next week?
In Myrtle Beach, I'm on CBS Sports Radio 100.3, The Team. And in Florence, we're on ESPN Radio 96.3
wow, that's
FM.
funky.
And we got a bunch of AM stations around the PD that we're on as well. So we're 6 stations total and worldwide. If you want to watch or listen to the show anywhere in the world, it's thepressboxradio.com. You got to put the in the front and radio at the end because a lot of people don't do that. It's thepressboxradio.com. For the bad boy of sports radio. But, yeah, I've been on so many stations, literally, getting fired. People used to ask me, what stations have you worked at Myrtle Beach? I'll tell you. I said, I said, I'll tell you the ones I haven't worked at. That'll take less time.
Right. Yeah. Do you recall any of the call letters?
Yeah.
That'll take less time to mention the stations I haven't worked at in Myrtle Beach.
That's right.
Because that's all I've ever wanted to do is be on the radio.
Right.
And now we're doing TV, too, with Donald Smith, and you guys doing TV. When I walked in the studio, I said, wow, there's the legends
Do you
of
feel like a
radio.
legend?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Legends of radio And I'm just going, I can't believe that, here we are.
Yeah,
40 years later.
I know it, man.
I moved here in 86. You were 89?
89,
right?
yeah.
When did you get
68.
to the beach? 68.
Yeah, I've been here 51 years. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
I came here the night I graduated high school with a bunch of guys, a
told
bunch
me
of
that
heathens.
story.
Yeah. And, yeah, this is cool.
That's a great story.
Yeah, and all night I'm listening to James Brown on an 8-track. So we finally get in there. There's 4 of us in an old T-Bird.
I love that.
And we're coming over I wake up, I'm laying in the back seat there, I'm looking up, and I see this sign that says, Horry County. I said, thank you, God.
I'm home.
I'm here. So then we roll on into the middle of town. I saw these, bikini-clad, good-looking little honeys running around, the neon light. I was going, man, this is it, baby.
Right, yeah.
Daddy's in heaven. Thank you again, God. Yeah, I thought, man, I'm staying. The rest of the guys, they did. They went home. They got tired of starving. I said, man, look, I'll live on breadcrumbs to hang around this place.
Right, yeah.
I've even slept under the pier down here. That's back when you could. But anyway, I mean, I'd go behind the old bed and breakfast places. They would have showers for to get the sand off, and there'd always be a bar of soap.
You use somebody else's soap?
Yeah, why not? It was clean. I would clean it first. I'd take the hair off of it, and yeah.
We got a good seeing you, bad boy.
What?
I can't get that visual out of my head.
Well, hey.
Wow. RiverTalk 2.0 continues right after this.
You think?
Hello, welcome from Anderson Oaks. I'm here with Stephen Jones from Granny's Florist. He's here to introduce a little bit of what we're doing today.
Hey, welcome. Today is National Make Someone Smile Week. It's a event we do every year, sponsored by Teleflora. This week alone in the United States, there will be about probably 40,000 of these beauties delivered to various nursing homes, fire departments, wherever the florists choose to do that. So we're here today to deliver smiles to the wonderful residents of Anderson Oak.
All right, thank you so much for being here, and let's cheer a little bit. Let's.
Achieve the smile you've always dreamed of with the Carolina Center for Advanced Dentistry. Let Dr. Jeff Horowitz and his staff use their expertise to improve your health as well as your smile. From TMJ or bite problems to smile makeovers, implants, gum disease, and even braces and Invisalign. Let our team show you the difference of true comprehensive care. Call today to set up an appointment. The Carolina Center for Advanced Dentistry, with 2 locations to serve you better. One in Conway and Murrells Inlet, now accepting new patients.
Hey guys, I'm John Cassidy with Duplicates Inc. and Market Smart, the best printing company in the area, and we're right back to RiverTalk 2.0.
Hey, welcome back to RiverTalk 2.0. It is time to get a little something from philanthropist.com. I had the opportunity a while back to work closely with that organization. In fact, there was a website that kind of honored and saluted high school athletes that go above and beyond, not only in the classroom, but out on the athletic fields and in their communities as well. A little thing called teammateoftheweek.com. Philanthropist.com was responsible for that. Well, they're shining the spotlight on folks in our community that are doing tremendous things, giving of their time and resources to make our community better. So check this out from philanthropist.com.
Today we celebrate philanthropy. Food where there was hunger. Homes where there was abandon. A dancer dances. A student soars. Music replaces silence. A garden flourishes. A community unites. The future takes root. Plans are made, opportunities taken, and dreams come true. All made possible by the power of philanthropy. Jeff Blunt, Chef Jeff, could have let the devastation from Hurricane Florence overwhelm him, or take the opportunity to practice what he calls philanthropy.
We're a culinary school. We were going into a couple of busy weeks, and we had food. I went and spoke to our director, Chef Bonaparte, and said, I got this idea. I want to see if we can kind of help out. I had no clue what food distribution meant, what the Salvation Army could offer, what the Red Cross could offer. They needed food, and I needed a way to get food that I was cooking to the masses between the Red Cross and Salvation Army, and of course some volunteers for the National Guard. We fed just over 15,400 meals over 18 days. Amazing amount of effort from students, staff, volunteers, faculty, chefs in the local community that sent food, sent staff. We had thousands of pounds of food flown in from Lake Charles, Louisiana, from the food bank down there.
Apparently, back during Katrina, Jeff sent a bunch of stuff down to New Orleans, and then a bunch of years later, something goes down here, and those people immediately remember Jeff, and they go to return the favor. And again, it's because he made such an impact on them. He took what he did and what he knew and what he was an expert at and said, I'm going to take my skills and I'm going to put them to work to help those around me. So, I mean, when you do that, and you do that on the scale that he did it, it sets an example for other people to go, okay, what can I do? And other than helping the true victims of a situation like this, I can't think of anything more important to accomplish than to inspire other people to get up and do their part.
It's changed a lot of students' lives. They realize that they can do something great with the skill set that the Lord has given them. It's not just for going out and making money, it's for going out and changing the world and changing a community. And that, to me, is kind of the definition of, in our kitchen, we call it philanthropy. So it's culinary philanthropy, and it's cooking for a cause. It makes you realize that humanity is good, and that everybody's out there to help each other. To me, that was huge. I still feel it every day I think about it. I feel that. It changes you.
Today, we celebrate philanthropy.
Hey, you're still there? We're glad. RiverTalk 2.0, it's time to talk to our mystery guest on the phone. Express Disposal is making this all possible. You know this guy. When I say his name, I know you know him.
Oh, listen, everybody's heard of him. Are you kidding?
And I bet he'll vouch for what I'm about to say and chime in. I never thought that I would be talking about education with Ken Richardson on a TV show with the freaking deacon.
Yeah,
welcome to the show, Ken Richardson, Horry County School Board Chairman.
Oh, man, thank you, guys. Thank you for giving me an opportunity, and glad to have the freaking deacon back on the air. I mean, I'm just glad to know he's around, and I get to hear from him again.
I'm still around.
Jack, I think the three of us go back so far that people don't know where we came from.
You were here before I got here, and that's been a while.
Yeah, man. Well, that's great. Well, things are going good, and oh man, getting all geared up. You know, we got just a couple of weeks before school starts back, and
right.
And this is it's an experience, believe me.
It's always big time fun. I remember as a young boy, the excitement. As I got a little older, school wasn't as exciting.
Yeah.
But those young days, kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, even maybe up to fifth grade, it was always nice going into your homeroom first thing and seeing how well decorated that homeroom was. Teachers put a lot of time and care.
Oh, get out of here. You didn't do that. You were looking at the best-looking girl in the class. That's what you were looking for.
Well, I did that.
Who are you trying to kid? Come on, man. Nobody cares about the decoration. Yeah.
Well, you know, I tell you what, guys, that's a great way for me to kind of tell you one of the things going on this year.
Exactly. Go for it.
Last year, you know, this time last year, I had just won the GOP primary, and you know, of course, you know, I knew I had a general election to go to, and but I was out looking for something to do, and so I started going out and visiting the schools, and because I kind of felt like I was going to be the new chairman, and I had a teacher at one of the schools. I asked around. I said, "Hey, if there's anything I can do for you guys, let me know." Well, I had a teacher reach out and say, "Well, you know, you can do something for me." And I said, "Well, what's that?" And she kind of got into explaining to me about what all is involved with setting up their classroom at the beginning of school. And I tell you, I wound up going and helping this teacher, and I had so much fun doing it that this year I started a little challenge on Facebook, and so I asked all the teachers and all of the Horry County teachers in our district, which I think we got about 2,700 of them. And I said, okay, we're going to do a little Facebook thing, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give 5 days of my time to 5 different teachers in 5 different districts, and I'm going to have a drawing, and if I draw your name, if you want to register, you register, and if I draw your name, I'm going to come to your classroom, and I'm going to spend a day with you decorating your classroom.
How about that?
Wow.
Yeah, and I tell you, it's really taken off. I think as of this morning, I think I had right at 512 people had responded.
Wow.
Putting their name in the pot, and just I'll tell it on the air to you guys. I haven't told the teachers, or I haven't told anybody else, but I might bring a little money with me to those classrooms.
Is this a payoff?
Well, no, but you always hear about. I don't think people. I mean, we've got teachers that literally go into their own pockets sometimes.
Oh, sure, yeah, sure. That's true.
To decorate the classrooms, and it's one of those things. I'm hoping that at one day that I can set something up and have something set up where all the teachers have got a little something to draw from. But I can tell you what I'm going to do on this. This is kind of a pilot project for me, and so what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to bring a little money with me and help those teachers out a little bit, the 5 that are selected. And we got a great way that we got it set up. I'm having lunch next week with what I call our education senator, which is Senator Greg Hembry and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, his wife served on the board of education for the state. And Miss Renee Hembry, and I'm going to ask Miss Renee Hembry to let's do a little Facebook Live thing, and she's going to draw the 5 teachers.
Well, that's nice right there. Yeah,
that is. That's a great idea, man. No kidding.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, it's. I think it's something that I want the teachers to know I'm behind them, but the students and the parents and. I mean, everybody's just been so overwhelmingly good to me. It's just been. I just cannot believe the response I've got in the 6 months I've been there.
Well, you're doing something right, and people are excited about you being there. I saw you at Riverfest, and I had people want me to take pictures of. Had people posing for pictures. I was like going, yeah. I'll take a picture of you and him. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, and I tell you something. You guys probably know something about this. It's like going on your first date. You never know what your expectations are, and when you run like I did for a board, and you get elected, you never know what your expectations are till you get there. But thank the Lord, it seems like He always comes through for me, and He's given me a good board. There's a lot of great people that I'm working with, and a lot of good people. Dr. Maxey, I got to give a shout out to him. I mean, I think he's been the biggest surprise to me out there. Is I just had no idea what all he does in the course of a day.
Wow.
In fact, I actually made a joke back a few weeks ago that if I was going to have if the next 2.5 or 3 years are going to be like the first 6 months, I'm going to have to start working out at the gym.
Well, Ken, you're a good first blind date. I'm serious.
That is a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
Well, you are. I mean, listen, I know all about these teachers. I even date a teacher. And I'm going to tell you something, man. They do. They have to dig into their own pocketbooks to decorate their classes or whatever, get prepared for the year. And, man, this is just one of the best ideas I've heard in a long time, man. That's good. They're going to love you.
Are all these, things like this, they take on a life of their own. They spread like wildfire. I've heard a rumor that teachers from outside of Horry County have heard about this, and you're getting some newspapers in other cities wanting to know more about this.
Yeah, I've actually. It's kind of funny. I was going through making my list last night, and I had a teacher from Brunswick County, North Carolina, asked me to come help her. I've had 2 from Charleston, 1 from Greenville, and 2 from Columbia. And a couple other small places, but I get, when things start spreading on Facebook, it starts going like a wildfire, and I don't think everybody took the time to read the whole post. But, I mean, I specifically got in there. I mean, this is something that I'm doing for our teachers, our Horry County teachers that I love and I appreciate.
Well,
And,
you're the apple
you know,
for these teachers now, buddy.
Yeah, I did kind of put the word out in Charleston that, you know, if what they needed to do, if they like my idea so good, maybe they needed to ask their chairman to step up, and you know, maybe he could go in and help their some of their teachers. But I'm excited about it. I mean, you know, what better way? You know, what better way can you? I mean, just to be able to spend 5 days with 5 teachers, and you know, it seems like, and I'm getting them from you know, elementary school, middle school, and high school, and the charter schools. So I mean, everybody's on board and everybody's reaching out, and I hope we can select 5 good teachers in 5 different districts, and really help them out, and let them know I care about them, and let them know that the school board cares about them.
Absolutely. I mean, and this is good for you too, because you know, that's where the rubber meets the road on education, is those school teachers, and you're getting an opportunity to spend time with folks. I mean, when you got 2,700 teachers, this is a win-win for just about everybody.
Yeah, it is, you know, and you know, things happen, and you just kind of run out of time. I mean, my biggest disappointment in my first 6 months is that I only got to visit 47 schools this year.
Is that all?
And yeah, and you know, my goal is to be in every school once a year. And when I go to a school, I mean, I want to see the teachers, I want to see the cafeteria workers, I want to see the custodian workers, I want to see the facility people. I mean, I want them all to know that they're all important. I mean, it's a puzzle that we have to put together, but you know, we've got some good enthusiasm going on now here in the schools, and I'm hearing some good positive things, and like I said, I've even got some of my board members, and it's difficult because, you know, I'm retired, but we've got a lot of board members that still work. But I've got board members that have reached out to me, and they're telling me, you know, Ken, when you finish with your names, how about send us a few names? You know, we might want to take off, and you know, they might not be able to give 5 days because they work, but they might be able to take a day and go do one, or you know, something like that. I mean, we've got, you know, we're fortunate. Like I said, we've got Miss Sherry Todd over at the beach, one of our board members, who she goes and reads to the children, and we've got Janice Morial up in the Socrates St. James area. She literally goes out and opens, you know, a couple days a month. She'll go open the doors on the cars and help the kids in school. So, I mean, we've got a lot of things, good things going on in Horry County schools.
Well, I'm glad
the Pied Piper, buddy.
Yeah, it's good. He called you the Pied Piper, buddy. Hey, Ken, we're out of time here. We'll get you back and talk more, get an update, and see just what some of these decorations look like. I might want to see some of those pictures on Facebook.
There you go. Well, we'll do that, guys, and thank y'all so much for having me. I appreciate it. I'm glad. It's always good to hear from you, Jack, but I'm glad to have the freaking Deacon back. And I grew up listening to him, so it makes me feel a little younger.
Yeah. And it makes him feel a little older. Ken Richardson, Horry County School Board Chairman. Hey, come on back. We got a little bit more of this RiverTalk 2.0 experiment after this.
You can be approved.
At Anderson Brothers Bank, your options are endless. With loans starting at $1,000, we can get you approved even if you have a low credit score. Still nervous about applying for a loan? Anderson Brothers Bank ranked 3rd on the Forbes list for in-state banks. So give us a chance to show you how we treat you like family. Anderson Brothers Bank, since 1933.
Well, boy, howdy, it's almost that time. Time to wrap up another show and another week, our first week together, Deacon.
No, I know it. Was it good for you, Jack?
It was.
All right. If I smoked, I'd be having a cigarette right now.
Hey, go ahead and put 2 pieces of that Nicorette gum in your mouth.
You caught me.
Because you've got a busy weekend based on what you said you were going to do and didn't do this week.
Exactly.
You got to go to the flea market, catch a fireworks show, head over to the Speedway.
Get some vegetables in the Surfside.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
we'll do
head over to, you know.
And get me some Nicorette gum.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
I know.
Well, the Oaks presents our Veteran of the Week. We have saluted her all week. Let's talk about her one more time.
Oh, she's a sweetheart. Yeah, and look at her. Look how pretty she is.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you what now, that's the nurse I would want to be tending me out on a battlefield. We're talking about Second Lieutenant Field Nurse Treva Green. She was in the U.S. Army in World War II, served in France and England, and cared for our troops over there. And, of course, she still pretty much maintained service as she came back to America. And she was an operating room nurse at the Conway Hospital. Isn't that wild?
That's great.
And she resides at Anderson Oaks Assisted Living in Conway. And Treva, sweetheart, you are a doll baby, and we salute you as our Veteran of the Week.
Guaranteed.
Yep.
You were a veteran in the Coast Guard.
U.S.
What
Coast Guard.
years? The 60s?
Late 60s. I went in 1968, let's see, well, it was right after the Tet Offensive. And, of course, I sound like, make it sound better if you say Tet Offensive and stuff. All that stuff happened in Vietnam, but I didn't go to Vietnam. So, but anyway.
You were stationed in where, New Jersey?
I was stationed on the Ohio River. No, I'm just kidding. I was stationed in a rowboat on the Ohio River. I jumped on barges. No, I was basically in the reserves, and the bad part was I was living in Myrtle Beach, but I'd have to go back to South Charleston, West Virginia, to reserve meetings once a month.
Okay. Wow.
Do you know how tough that is? Living under a pier, and then once a month going back to West Virginia for a reserve meeting?
Oh,
Where
wow.
do you think I kept my uniform?
Yeah, you'd run over there behind the wax museum and shower with somebody else's soap, and then hitchhike all the way back.
Exactly. But anyway, I was served supposedly for 6 years. I got out.
Whoa! You served supposedly for 6 years?
Well, it was supposed to be 6 years. I only had to go 5 years. What I did, I made an agreement with them. The guy kept saying, "Look, buddy." Yeah, they wanted me out. I said, "Look, buddy."
Oh, they wanted you out. Okay.
Yeah, they said I told them. I said every year I had to go for 2 weeks active duty. I went to reserve meetings 2 days out of every month. And I said, "Look, man, this is getting old. It's cost me a lot of money." I said, "I got to keep running back to West Virginia to go to these reserve meetings. They wouldn't transfer me down here to Charleston or
because I was thinking, with Oceans here,
right,
that we'd have at least.
Oh, they've got a base here.
That's what I thought.
In Georgetown. But they wouldn't let us go. So anyway, they said, "I'll tell you what, if you'll serve one solid month, then we will let you out for your final year." So I ended up on the Ohio River, believe it or not, checking barges and stuff. Yeah. And, of course, I also, like I say, worked in port security. I would have to, I was up in Virginia, up in Norfolk, and we'd have to guard the wharfs. And I would carry a 45 and at night, all night, have to punch in all these different stations. And the funny thing was, you were locked in that wharf because that was where they would stock cigarettes and stuff before they send them overseas.
Oh, okay.
And they weren't taxed yet. So
I got you.
Yeah. So what they would do, they would say, anybody that comes on that wharf, you shoot them with a 45 caliber. I was going, what? So, yeah, what do you think the gun's for? I said, well, man, I don't want to shoot
protecting cigarettes and Uncle Eddie's fruit pie.
Yeah. Exactly.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, I had to do that one time for a couple of weeks. And then another time I did have the honor of working aboard the USS United States. They had it dry docked back in 69.
The USS US.
The USS US. It was a passenger ship that they brought the troops back in World War II. They would transfer troops. And but anyway, it was dry docked up there. And so myself, along with 3 other guys, would take each 2 levels each, and we would have to do our patrol on the levels. You have to punch in to make sure that you were there. And very spooky. It's like going through a hotel. It's like The Shining. Going through a hotel, you hear everything. All these weird noises and stuff. Creaky boat. But I did a lot of different things for the Coast Guard when I was in. It was a lot of fun.
Well, you can tell us more next week. That's good stuff.
I don't have any more.
We'll make a great story.
I don't want to talk anymore
Let's
about
see, what we call it? All Night in the 7 Wharfs. We'll see you next time. River Talk 2.0. So long.
Yeah.